I contemplated teaching on the Gospel, but this will again come up in the period prior to Easter, or so it appears on the schedule, that it is in the Lenten readings. So I've chosen instead to teach about the book of Numbers, which we often read from, but we know little about. The book of Numbers derives its name from the account of the two censuses taken of the Hebrew people, one near the beginning and the other toward the end of the journey in the wilderness. These occur in chapters 1 and 26 of the book. It continues the story of that journey begun in Exodus with Moses, and describes briefly the experiences of the Israelites for a period of 38 years, from the end of their encampment at Sinai to their arrival at the border of the Promised Land. Numerous legal ordinances are interspersed in the account, making the book a combination of law and history. The book divides neatly into two parts. Each part begins with a census of the people and inaugurates a period of preparation prior to entering the Promised Land. Our reading today came from chapter 24, which means it immediately precedes the second census. In the first case, these preparations came to a tragic end when scouts were sent forth to survey the Promised Land. Upon their return, the people are so disheartened by the description of the native inhabitants. "They are large giants. We cannot overcome them," the scouts said. And the seemingly impossible task that lies in front of them, that they refuse to enter the land. This results in a decision to doom that entire generation to death, and to allow another generation the chance to enter the Promised Land, rather than fight the natives in a battle with guaranteed high mutual mortality. After the death of the first generation, then, a second census is taken in chapter 26. And again preparations are made to enter the land. In this case, however, the birth of the new generation suggests these preparations will not be in vain. The book ends with the Israelites across the Jordan outside the land of Canaan, underscoring a chief theme of the Pentateuch as a whole, the people anticipating the fulfillment of God's promise of the land. As we go forward, Numbers will appear, the book of Numbers will appear in Advent and quite often in Lent. So remember that this is of two censuses and the period between, the death of one full generation from fear. Remember that if it is chapters 2 through 25, this is the death of that full generation, because they were too afraid to move forward and to try for their dream. Do not ever let fear push you down to let you die rather than try. May the peace of the Lord be with you always.